that list behind Marcus Simeon. Marcus Simeon.
Start running through, and what I want you to do is tell me, do you like the move? Do you not like the move? And where does it put this team? All right.
Okay.
Rapid fire, start big. Springer to the Jays.
Oh, it helps so much. It
Really?
helps so much. I think it helps so much. I feel like that lineup, they have a veteran in the dugout now to like I feel like that outfield could be really nice with Teoscar
Yeah.
Hernandez, Randall Grichuk, who had a breakout year,
Mm-hmm.
and George Springer too, and they have Lourdes Gurriel. He'll
Yeah.
be somewhere too. So that they have a lot of young talent. They have a lot of ways to go.
Yeah.
That's a huge plus for them, I think.
To me, I agree. It takes them from up and coming to playoff threat. It does.
Yeah.
It's a lineup comparable to the Yankees. And if I tell you, man, if it's healthier more than the Yankees, objectively over 162, it might be better.
Yeah.
The results will show. Like we've said, they still need pitching. But man, I want to go off of what you said. You got Gurriel, you got Teoscar, you got Springer, you got Grichuk. That's four guys who should play most of the time.
Yeah.
Only three spots. And they still have a deep farm system, man.
And
I
they have
like
a DH spot too.
what?
And they'll have a DH spot for whoever,
Right. But
outfield.
I'm not against the concept of flipping whoever another major league team puts the most value in to get to go get a pitcher. They need to do something like sign Odorizzi or Taiwan Walker, a guy who I think you can trust and will be an addition. But man, if you can go and now the trade markets went quickly, but if you can go use one of those guys to get you Castillo or Sonny Gray or a
Yeah.
guy who I think could perform for you, they need to make that move because
Yeah.
that's the missing link here.
Yeah, and they got Kirby Yates. I feel like that
Yep.
will help the bullpen a little bit.
It
He
does
had
for
an off
sure.
year,
It does.
but yeah, if he's back to 2019 form,
Yeah.
it's deadly for them. But
It is. Yeah, it'll be, but it's a fun lineup. They're 1 through 5 rivals anybody's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And really, it's another thing. I love moves in which veterans come in for rookies that you believe in. The influence he's going to have on Guerrero and Bichette and Biggio, I think, is going to be very positive.
But the question is, will he be as good when he's not cheating? So
True. And listen, I didn't want to go there. I'm happy you did. Dude. And this is the next thing I was going to bring up because it was kind of connected to this. Brantley back to the Astros. Everyone and their mother thought Brantley was coming along to the Blue Jays, which at one point, then they really would have had to trade an outfielder. It turns out to be false. He goes back to Houston. Man, I think you're going to see a weird vacuum with Houston. And it's like, I believe Houston's team is going to look eerily similar until some of these smaller guys go. Because I'm surprised, like they just didn't have the money to sign Springer. That's why he left. But like Michael Brantley wants to go back there. He wants to, because the last thing Michael Brantley wants is to go play for the Blue Jays and have his batting average drop 30 points. You know what I mean? So, and on the flip side, I don't think guys want to go in 5 years. This will be a thing of the past, and then the Houston, they'll move on from it. But guys don't want to go to Houston either. So I think Houston knows we just got to keep re-signing our good players because I don't think outsiders are going to show up there.
Yeah, I think you're right. I feel like he'll be fine. I feel like he'll be really good for the Blue Jays, but I don't think they cheated last year. But
no, they didn't. And Brantley still is a guy who can swing it with a stick. He did it for many years with Cleveland too.
And I think they wanted to keep a lefty in that line too, because they have a lot of right-handers with Bregman and Correa and Altuve. I think they just wanted a steady lefty to keep instead of Springer.
It's tough, man, because as much as I want to not say it with that move, even though it's not electric, I still like them best again in that division as of this date and time. How about today's one? Real Muto, 5 years, 115 to Philly.
I think that's okay. I mean, it's good. I feel like he's gonna be he's always on the field. I feel like he never gets hurt.
Yeah.
He is the best catcher in the league. Probably their second best player.
Yeah.
Could be argued that he's better than Bryce Harper at times.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's okay. It's okay to me. I feel like the catching position is a crucial position, but it's not as big as it once was.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Well, a lot of teams are valuing defense
Yeah.
much, much more because pitch framing has sort of been the latest revolution in Major League Baseball. And so if your catcher can do that well, the other eight guys in the lineup can figure it out.
Yeah.
That's kind of the belief right now. But yeah, no, he's a stud and it's a good fit. And it kind of felt inevitable. It had the DJ Yankees feel to it, like not a lot of people really thought he was going to leave. He secures the bag. Good for him. He is skill set wise the best catcher in baseball right now. I do believe that.
Yeah.
However, man, I'm with you on okay because you know what? Philly's problem is not runs. They can swing it,
Yeah.
and especially if they made a couple, if they bring DD back, which is not a bank breaker. If maybe they went and got a couple other decent bats out, a couple of these veteran bats that are out there that I still think can help a lineup. What they need is pitching because they're in a division with Soroka and Fried and Strasburg and Scherzer and you know what I mean
DeGrom.
Absolutely DeGrom, maybe Bauer over there.
Yeah.
If so, and they just drastically both in the rotation and in the bullpen outpitched. They signed Archie Bradley, which I like Archie Bradley, but what does he give you besides one good day every 3 days now out of your bullpen?
Yeah, and if Nola and Zach Wheeler are good, but it just drops off tremendously after
Sharply,
that.
very sharply.
And Nola isn't always on every day.
No, yeah.
He's not as good as DeGrom or the other guys in the division that are number one. So, yeah, you're right. That's why I said okay, because they need a lot more things, I feel like.
I'm gonna give them to you all in one package.
Okay.
The Nats offseason overall: Bell, Schwarber, Brad Hand, and John Lester. An infield, an outfield, a starter, and a reliever. That's as old school as you get. You improve each part of your team a little bit. A team that, like I said before we started the show, a lot of people have forgot how good they were because last year they weren't really relevant. It was 60 games. Not a lot of teams that weren't relevant, and a lot of teams were relevant that I think will have very different looking 2021s. They won the World Series last time we played 162 with a roster that's very similar. And to me, they have the best pure hitter in the league. So I'm a huge fan of their moves. I think they're all smart. I think it improves the team. But what, you like the Nats? Are you as high as them as I am, or no?
I think I am. I feel like they did a great job overall. I think every move was excellent. Schwarber is going to be a great left-handed hitter for them.
Yeah, man. I like that a lot.
Josh Bell too, a switch hitter. I think he'll be better in this lineup compared to the Pirates because he's not the only hitter in that lineup, so he's going to have protection around him.
Nope.
John Lester, I think that's a sneaky move. I think that's the worst move. But, I mean, for a fifth guy,
right?
I think he's better than Anibal Sanchez or whoever they had, Joe Ross in the past couple of years, or Austin Voth or whatever his name is. So I think that's pretty good. And then Brad Hand is awesome. They've always been iffy in their bullpen, just like the Phillies have been. But Brad Hand is one of the best relievers in the league, so that's huge.
Red Sox made a couple small market moves: Kike Hernandez, Garrett Richards, and then a shocking Yanks-Red Sox trade. They got Adam Ottavino. They ate his salary for the Yankees. So just from a Red Sox perspective, it's tough for them. I think they can read the print and they can realize this isn't really their era right now, but they make some moves to stay competitive. I don't know, dude. What's your take on Boston? Do you have belief they can accomplish big things, or do you see them as just sort of an average team that'll put up an average year?
Yeah, I feel like those moves were solid. I would say solid. Kike Hernandez is going to be average all year. He's not going to hit a lot of home runs. He's going to do his thing defensively. Garrett Richards, who knows? He's probably going to have some games where he gives up 20 runs, some games where he's lights out.
Yeah.
And Adam Ottavino is their best reliever, I think, immediately going in there.
Yeah.
So I think those moves are solid. I still don't think they're going to do anything in the regular season. But
they've been doing that for 7 years now. What?
There's a move right now.
Go ahead.
Marcus Semien to the Blue Jays.
To the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
And dude, all right. That's That's a
We're
big
gonna
move
go
for
for
them right there.
$18 million.
For how much? 18.
18
Wow,
mil.
1 year, 18 mil. That's impressive. All right, man. That lineup continues. You know, they wanted Brantley, and they didn't get Brantley, but they wanted another big bat. Simeon fills that. That's just, and
Yeah.
you know what? A contact guy for them. That's
Yeah.
huge.
Wow. That's some crazy. I did not see that coming at
Neither
all.
did I. I hadn't even considered that a fit. I liked. I mean, they got Bichette. So
Yeah.
where do they slot him?
I don't know. I guess second, third.
Is Biggio second?
Yeah, he's second. He plays third too.
So okay,
I'm
maybe
not sure.
I'm not sure, but hey, they obviously see a plan where it works, man. Hey, I like it.
Yeah.
The Blue Jays came into this offseason wanting to spend money, and they've been in on DJ, they've been in on other guys. It hasn't quite worked out. They got their big man. They're keeping to add offense. It's this. I'm gonna say I could give the same speech we just did. I need more pitching there, but man, once again, them and the Yankees lineup.
Yeah.
If it was this and this, it's like this and this now.
Yeah. That's your arch rival too, coming into the AL East.
Well, it's great.